My last vlog about Rio de Janeiro is going to be fully focused on the favelas of Rio de Janeiro. And the reason for that is because I actually stayed in a favela during my few nights here in Rio. And I think there's a lot of misunderstanding about the favelas. And I kind of hope with a short vlog to show a different side of the favela. So come with me. Today I'm going to film in the favela. I am staying in a favela called Babylonia, which is in the neighborhood Lemay. And this is the view from the hostel where I'm staying. You are looking at Copacabana Beach. And what you can also see is solar panels. And one of the things that this favela is trying to achieve is to become fully solar powered. And to also become like the owner themselves of the solar panels. So that's a really interesting development in this favela. Alright, enough about the view from the favela. Let's now have a view inside the favela. To make the filming more easy for me, I went to meet with the boss of the Comando Vermelho, also known as CV, to let them know I wanted to film in the favela. CV is the active crime organization within this favela, and the police are obviously looking for them because they are considered criminals. So it's not very handy if I end up accidentally filming them. So to prevent a lot of bullshit, it just made more sense to tell them what was up and of course promise not to film any members of the CV, which we haven't done. As you can see, general life going on here. People are working, construction is going on. It's totally safe to walk around the area. There's nothing scary, there's no CV messing around, you know. For the last few days that I was going to stay in Rio de Janeiro, I was looking on Airbnb for a place to stay around the Copacabana area. And then I found out that you could also rent a room in the favela. And actually the reviews were absolutely amazing. Like 100+ people just raving on about how safe they felt in the favela, what a great experience it was. I'm about to exit the favela, and right at the exit, since I'm here, is actually a police car parked. So I guess they're always guarding the entrance and exit of the favela. Favelas are built up in the hills, meaning that if you want to enter the favela, you pretty much have to go uphill. And it can be quite steep. So there's an option for that. You can take a moto taxi, which is one of the bikes. And the bike will bring you all the way to where you have to go, at least to where the roads still go. So we're gonna take the moto taxi. So this is the place I am staying, Pousada Guest House. This is one of the guests. It is literally a little paradise inside the favela. The full name of the hostel is actually Estrellas de Babylonia. Just need to make sure I don't trip over the hose. I'm vlogging right now. You're in the video.
Hi, hold on.
This is the place where we are staying. The room to the left is mine. Right now I'm preparing for a hike that I'm gonna do with a few others through the hills of Babylonia, which means we're gonna go up more into the favela. And Paul, the owner of the guest house here, is gonna give us a bit of information about our hike and about the history of Babylonia and the favela.
A favela which was built by the government, as some others, to move out all the poor black people from the south zone, the touristic zone, also Babylonian, to move them to the social housing project. Problem is that people didn't want to move. They're born here generations, for over 100 years. So the military, during military dictatorship, they destroyed a lot of houses in Babylonia. It also explains for me why there's this CV, Comando Vermelho, standing there. Because they don't trust the government. They've been abandoned by the government forever. and they don't trust them.
How do you interact with CV?
You befriend them. I mean, you discover they're humans with a terribly sad story. Yeah. And they're nice. They're happy most of the time to receive attention. It's like, oh, I mean, because the media, I mean, the government does with these guys what the Germans did with Jews. Untermensch. They made them subhumans. I'm gonna go up here, last post of these guys. Say hi, ask questions. I mean, they love it. Most of them love to receive questions from you guys. I mean, small questions like, how old is he? Why did he choose to do that? What does his parents think of it? I mean, there's lots of questions popping up.
You think they like it?
Most of them, yeah.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Wow, I would hate it.
Receive positive attention. I mean, they only get negative attention, these guys, except from the community. Because the community, some are born here. They went to the beach with, I mean, they saw them as little babies. I mean, they're humans.
For sure.
Very important strategic point through these 500 years. So, I mean, you can see it's I mean, very easy trail system. It's very simple.
Onde é que a gente está aqui nesse mapa, Paulo?
Now we're here. Caixa d'água. Now we're here.
Okay.
But I'll go with you till here, because I haven't seen anybody at the CV. So you natural water source, but it's contaminated, of course, because of those activities. They're trying now. What the stuff we gotta do. So I mean, see the difference. I mean, these are new houses. But you see, I mean, suddenly you're again, I mean, you go Copacabana, Leme, where they call them the playboys, and the people living down, the favelados say, oh, the playboys, and the playboys call the people in the favelas favelados. And there's this fracture in Brazil, which is very much black and white, yeah? So most people living here are descendants from the slaves. And it's tough when you see this. And I mean, such a rich country, such a rich city, and then you see people living in these conditions.
We are just ascending into the mountain of Babylonia. We've passed the last command post of the Comando Vermelho, said hello. And then they actually helped us out because we didn't know which way to take. Now we are headed towards the first bunker, which we should get to soon. This bunker was from World War II. We arrived at the first bunker, actually standing on it. It's super big. You can go in it, but we're too scared to do that.
Kind of dangerous.
This is the bunker. This is what it looks like inside, but that's as far as we will go. We've reached a point that used to be the central lookout point during colonial Brazil. And the reason it used to be the central lookout point is, as you can see behind me, it gives a great view all over the bay. And actually also behind me, which I'm going to show you, used to be a good lookout point over the sea, because on this side, basically behind me is Copacabana. But now the trees have grown so high that you can't see it anymore. So we just got back from the mountains and are now back walking through the favela on our way to the guest house. My last night in the favela, I am sitting on the deck with a beautiful view. As you guys can see, that's Copacabana in the back. And the little bright star that you can see is actually Christ the Redeemer. And let me show you guys how the atmosphere is here. It's great. I hope this vlog gave you guys a bit of an idea of what it is like inside the favela, and that you also see that it's not all bad and that there's actually quite a lot of good stuff happening.